Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty familiar with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So, if that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to join me on my journey back to the bins, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and that takes us to Absolute Martian Manhunter, issue number 5, the Francesco Francavilla variant. Absolutely loving this series. It is a wild, psychedelic ride. I'm here for every inch of it, even when it doesn't make sense. It's like a Stanley Kubrick meets Hunter S. Thompson meets The Twilight Zone. It's a lot of fun. Love this. Are you reading this? It's so good. And look at this great cover. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Colorful. Perfect. And in keeping with DC, here we have Batman, issue number 161. This is the Jim Lee A cover. Love this. Love the pairing. Looks pretty cool. This is coming to an end in 2 issues. And then, of course, Batman is starting over with issue number 1. Are you picking up any of those number 1 titles? I have a few. Because, of course, can't say no to number 1. All kinds of great artists on those covers, so looking forward to that. Also looking forward to this run ending, because, it's time. But before it's time, we've always got room for a variant cover, and here we have, of course, the Gabriel Dell'Otto connecting variant. Looking forward to completing this. I will show you that when it's all said and done. We'll have to throw that into a short somehow. I love Gabriel Dell'Otto's work. I've been loving everything he's been doing for covers on this title since way back. So I've been collecting those, and anytime he pops up on this title, I'm there for it. Super cool. Love all of that. We got more DC stuff. Really loving DC. But here we have an Elseworlds story. This is DC vs. Vampires World War V, issue number 11, the Otto Schmidt A cover. I thought this was a great cover. Love the New Gods here. This has just been a real riveting tale all over the place. Sometimes hard to follow, but a lot of fun with these Elseworlds story. It provides a perfect canvas for all sorts of wacky, crazy, fun things for characters you know and love. I love this. Super cool. 1 issue left. It ends on issue 12. People want more. I've been seeing that on League of Comic Geeks. Finally, over to Marvel. Here we have Fantastic Four Fanfare. This is issue number 3. We got a Marco Checchetto A cover. I think I enjoyed the first issue. I'm not sure if I've reached number 2. Given that we've got number 3 now, it's probably very close. I'm about a month behind in my reading. I love the Fantastic Four. A movie just came out. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments below. I can't say no to Fantastic Four stuff, so just more good FF reading material. And Checchetto, I mean, come on. Alright, here we go. Over to the independent section of your LCS. We got Mark Spears' Monsters. The 3rd printing, the Mark Spears Werewolf cover. Not my kind of werewolf. I prefer the more classic-looking werewolf. I'm not saying anything against the artwork. I'm just stating my preference for werewolf looks. But again, Mark Spears, so fun to get. Love these covers. Love all the printings. It's so fun for a cover collector to have multiple printings of books with great variant covers. So cool. Back over to DC. I can't say no to some Chris Samnee goodness. This is New History of the DC Universe, issue number 2. Love Chris Samnee's work. Haven't read number 1 yet. I feel like it's just a breakdown of all these DC characters. It's almost like a dossier, a who's who almost. I don't know. That's what I think it is. I look forward to digging into it anyway. And at the very least, I love these Chris Samnee A covers. And then back over to Marvel. Here we got Phoenix. Issue number 13, the Lucas Werneck A cover. I really enjoyed issue 12. Just read it the other day. I love Phoenix. I've been loving this book. It's a little bit better than mid, and I'm fine with that. At least it's good cosmic adventures. So, pretty cool. Love seeing Cable on the cover here. Love Phoenix's new suit. A lot of cool looking business going on here. So, yeah, it's a good comic book. Back over to the independent section of your local comic shop. Here we have Silverhawks, issue number 5. It's a great cover. And is the Geraldo Borges variant. This is the last issue for me. I just don't like this comic. It's just not interesting to me. Maybe I wish it was more like I remember the show from when I was a kid. Maybe it's nostalgia creeping in and ruining the experience. I'll accept that for this if I have to. It's just not grabbing me the way I wish it would have. And because of that, comics are expensive. So we're dropping it after 5 issues. I got 5 great covers, and the story and the characters, I still love them. But this book's just not for me. Have you read it? Are you reading it? What do you think? Back over to the indies. Some more goodness. Here we have Space Ghost Annual number 1. This is the Bjorn Barons variant. This too, the final Space Ghost issue for me. I ended the regular run at issue 12, was waiting for this annual, so here we have it. I have collected all of the Bjorn Barons variants throughout this title, which we'll do a short on as well to expose all of those because they're great. Love his work. This has been a strong title. I suggest looking for it if you're interested. I'm just cutting it out because I want to explore other avenues of comics, so this is going to be a great way to cap it off. Love this. Over to Marvel. Here we got a cover by. Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool, funny. Seen a lot of images like this lately, and of course in the past. Here we have Spider-Verse versus Venom-verse. This is issue number 3, the In-Hyuk Lee variant, and I just love, Spider-Ham and Venom. This is almost like some sort of toy you could buy or some sort of statue you could get from Hot Toys or something like that. But I love this. I love seeing Spider-Ham. That's just great. And why not? Comics should be fun. Staying with Marvel. Oh yeah, another cover by. I said months ago that I've just been buying a lot of Storm covers because they've been so good. And I haven't read it because I just don't have them all. It's just that this almost consistently is putting out great covers for me. So here we have Storm number 10, the Betsy Cola Retrovision variant. Been collecting these Retrovision variants as well, so this is cool. Look at the colors, the movement, the old school vibe. Cover of the year right here. Contender all day. Sticking with Marvel and the X-Men kind of thing here, of course, we have the Uncanny X-Men. Issue number 18, the David Marquez A cover. I love these A covers. I always love a good A cover. I've been collecting the A's and a variant of this since almost the beginning. So keeping in touch and in style here. I love this. A lot of fun. Poor Wolverine. Hey, what do you think, huh? My pointer? Anyway, poor Wolverine. Feeling a little sick. We got the lovey-dovey characters here, Gambit and Rogue. And, of course, Nightcrawler and Jubilee. Having fun. Fireworks. Good stuff. Love that. I just wanted to show off my chopstick. For every A cover, there is a great and solid variant, and here we have one that I think speaks for itself. The Uncanny X-Men, issue number 18, the Greg Land Rogue variant. I love Rogue. I love this outfit. Love Greg Land's work most of the time. This is spectacular. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I love that it's issue 18. And she's got an ace. And she's got an 8. 18. Wonder if that was done on purpose. I would kind of imagine so, right? Love that. Super cool. And back over to the independent section of your local comic shop. Here we have Usagi Yojimbo, 10,000 Plums, number 5, the Stan Sakai A cover. This is the final issue of this little mini-series. I've enjoyed it. My first real foray into Usagi Yojimbo. I love it. I love this cover. I want to say this is a contender for cover of the year because it's simple, but it's effective, it's good, it's striking to me. I love it. Super, super cool, and a fun book. Probably out in a trade, I would imagine, if you're interested. Some good samurai ninja goodness. Well, we had some Mark Spears before, and we have some Mark Spears now. Here's Vampirella, Armageddon, issue number 1. All the monsters appearing on this Vampirella variant is pretty fun. I like this. Why not? More Mark Spears goodness. And more Retrovision goodness. Here's Wolverine, issue number 11. And this is a Leonardo Romero Retrovision variant. I love Leonardo Romero. And this is just great old school Marvel vibes again. Love this. I wish Romero would do more interiors of these types of characters. It'd be a lot of fun to read these books with this amazing artwork. I love this series. Not getting them all, but getting the ones that I really love. And there's a lot of them. Well, there you have it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And how about we get back to the real world, shall we? Well, that was a great stack of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week. And until then, remember, comics are good.